Well, speaking of jobs, I'm joined in studio now by Matt O'Neill, and Matt is from Duxbury, and Matt spent about 25 years in the medical device industry working for companies like Guidant and Boston Scientific, and he now has a company called PrepMD, and let's talk a little bit, Matt, this morning about what your company does and some of the opportunities for people for some pretty good paying jobs.
Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate the opportunity to come on this morning. PrepMD is a medical device training facility and company that really trains cardiac specialists in the medical devices in the field of pacemakers and defibrillators. We're also a placement service, so we contract with the medical device companies to place these folks into jobs in healthcare and with manufacturers of medical devices.
Now, cardiac rhythm management is a field that a lot of us may not be familiar with, but it is quite a good paying field, and could you tell us a little bit about how people train to get into this?
Well, you know, I worked, as you said, for years in the medical device industry, and there's not really been an entity that does separate training. So we and my partner, Bob Mattioli, myself and Bob, put together this program to allow us to provide trained personnel to medical device companies. The compensation packages are very rewarding, and they have the opportunity to work with healthcare professionals side by side in institutions, hospitals, and doctors' offices.
The people you're looking for obviously would have to have a bachelor's degree, but you're not necessarily looking for somebody right out of school, maybe somebody who's worked out in industry for a while.
Well, we look at a variety of backgrounds. We look for folks that have maybe 3 to 5 years of work experience, and then they might not even be in the medical device or biology or engineering backgrounds, and then we bring them in, give them 1,000 hours of training, and turn them into a clinical specialist over about a 6-month period.
Now, I notice here there are about a half a dozen young people from the South Shore: David Del Prete of Duxbury, Jody Del Prete of Duxbury, Stacia Gillen of Carver, Andrew Peebles of Pembroke, and Ashley Wilkinson of Duxbury, who have graduated. Do they all have jobs now?
So we're graduating, I'm glad you brought that up there. We're graduating our second class in this Friday up in Braintree. And we have about 50 to 60% of those folks that have already signed offers for employment before graduation. Our first program also had some South Shore talent. We had Lindsay McClure from Duxbury, as well as Tony Maffini from Plymouth, and they are working in the industry, and they were in our first program.
Now, do you have a website for people who might be interested, Matt?
Yes, our website is www.prepmd.org. And on the website, you can look at our curriculum, and you can also look at some of the bios of students that are in our program and give you a sense of whether that's a group of folks that you see yourself with.
And when we were chatting off air a few minutes ago, you mentioned that veterans may have a good opportunity.
Well, we were fortunate, Dave, to have an anonymous scholarship donated in 2011 for our servicemen, and we have 3 scholarships this year for veterans that are either coming back from service and looking to transition back into a civilian job, or folks that have served the country and might be on reserves.
Now, you're located in Braintree, not too far from here, over in the office park there near the Herb Chambers dealership, I believe.
We're up in the Flatley space. We're in Braintree Hill Office Park, number 50. We have information sessions in that 8,000 square foot training facility, and we would encourage people to take a look at our website and maybe have an opportunity to come by and learn more about the cardiac rhythm management business.
All right. Did I forget anything?
The only thing I'd like to mention is I really appreciate WATD's traffic reports on Route 3. It helps me get to Braintree every morning.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Okay, that again is Matt O'Neill, and Matt is a resident of Duxbury. He's a managing partner at PrepMD, which is based in Braintree. It is now 7:34.